To help the charity Red Sea Sharks, which organise Project Shark in the Maldives along with Blue 2, I've decided to help them out by coming out with a range of Project Shark t-shirts, which you can buy from my Teespring store. And as with my Seahorse initiative for the Seahorse Trust, 100% of the profits will go to that charity. So if you'd like to support shark research in the Red Sea, please buy some merch so their work can continue.
Morning everyone, day 2 of the trip. Woke up nice and refreshed. It was a bit grumpy last night when I went to bed, I must admit. There's a dive dhoni in the background, just coming alongside. Yeah, so day 1 of the diving. We've got a briefing in a few minutes, so I thought I'd just come up and just look at where we are, because it was dark when we arrived last night. We're inside a lagoon, as you can see. Southernmost point of the Maldives, really, or inhabited part, I guess. And we've got the Maldives aggressor just over there. This is our dive dhoni. This is what I really like about diving in the Maldives. You live on one boat and then you get really another big boat, the dhoni, to dive off. So your kit, everything is on there. So your diving life and your personal life, so to speak, are completely separated. The dhoni is really well organised. You have your own station, your cylinder for the whole duration. It stays in its place. You kit up in that place, and when you come back from the dive, you put your cylinder back in that slot and they fill it up. So it's really easy. It's really well run. I don't know how nice it would be with 26 guests on board, but with 12 on, it's absolutely ideal. That's the end of day 1 diving, and boy, am I feeling it. I am absolutely off my chin strap. Today we stayed at the mooring just off Addu City, where we came last night. Checkout dive was on a site called Manta Point, which is a cleaning station, and mantas are known to come in. We went onto the dive there. We had a maximum depth on the whole dive, about 30. The manta cleaning station, as you'll see, is a lot shallower, and 50-minute dive, but no mantas though. But I did see other fish being cleaned around the station. In fact, it's a really nice site, and if you went with a big group, you could just stay there on the cleaning station coral. It's a big one, and just film fish being cleaned all day. So yeah, it was good for a checkout. We didn't see any mantas. It was decided to do a second dive on Manta Point, which was okay with me because I had to get my weight ready and everything. The visibility on both dives wasn't great, but apparently down off Addu City it isn't. But the second dive, no mantas, but we did have grey reef shark come in for a clean. I managed to get some footage on the paralens, and one of the divers, John, got some even better footage on his GoPro because he got him much closer. So that's a joy to watch. Also, the site has some quite big fish around, which have captured some footage, and there's some beautiful corals. It was a nice dive. Was it what you'd expect, top quality Maldives diving? Probably not, but for the first 2 dives on a trip like this, definitely worth it. The third dive was a wall dive on a site called Purple Wall, because of all the small purple wall corals you see there. Unfortunately, I didn't get any footage of that because the paralens has been, since the firmware upgrade that I did just before I left, the battery life's abysmal. I mean, we got 1 hour 16 in our tests, so I'm having to charge it between dives. So I pick up the paralens, get on the boat goes, and I look at the paralens, no end cap because I've been in a rush. Fortunately, again, John came to the rescue and has given me some clips from that dive. And that was quite a nice wall dive. There was a current pushing us along. Again, not spectacular. There were some nice overhangs, stroke caverns. I preferred to stay a bit high. I did have a look in there. Yeah, but again, for getting into it, but you know, 3 dives, 50 up to around 50 minutes duration, going down to 30 meters. You know, when you've not caught up on your sleep, is pretty challenging. You know, I enjoyed it, so very happy with that. On the boat front, what I'm going to show you today is the drill we went through and the briefing for what to do in emergency on this boat. Very long.
Fire drill, please go to the sunroof.
Roy's enjoying this one.
Yes.
He knew everyone was asleep.
Oh, look at that. It's the first group that everybody has his life jacket on the right way. Yes.
We've also got a shark expert on board, Dr. Elke. She runs a marine charity in Egypt in the Red Sea called Red Sea Sharks, and she studies oceanic whitetips. And that leads us into what we're doing tomorrow. Tonight they'll move the boat about 2:30 in the morning to a place called Formula. We'll dive there and then we'll return here tomorrow night. But the second dive tomorrow is what they call Tiger Zoo, and that's where it's I think it was an old fish station or fish processing plant where tiger sharks have been coming in to eat the scraps, and over many years the local dive centre has started a feeding program replicating that. So yeah, we're going to see that up close and personal with tiger sharks. Really looking forward to that. I'm off to bed now, just a short one, and I'll talk to you again tomorrow night.